Chosen one, stop everything you're doing. This is not a coincidence. You didn't stumble upon this moment by chance. Heaven itself has orchestrated this divine encounter, and the scroll of eternity is unfurling with your name written in golden ink. Picture it now, a radiant door, glowing with celestial light, carved with the unique signature of your destiny. Tonight, God is speaking directly to your spirit, declaring that this is your moment to step into a breakthrough so massive it will echo through generations. The clock is ticking, and before the stars fade at dawn, millions, not just in wealth but in purpose, influence, and divine favor, are being released into your life. But you must act now. Type "I am ready to receive millions" in the comments below to seal this moment in the spiritual realm. This isn't just another message. This is your divine wake-up call, chosen one, and it's time to rise. Why does your heart race as you hear these words? Why do your hands tremble as you hold this device? Because deep within your soul, something ancient recognizes this moment. You've been through storms that should have broken you, rejections that stung, doors that slammed shut, dreams that seemed to crumble into dust. But what if I told you that every tear you've shed, every sleepless night you've endured, every moment you felt forgotten, was not punishment but divine preparation? God hasn't been silent. He's been forging you in the fire, shaping you into a vessel capable of carrying the millions of blessings, millions of lives touched, millions of opportunities unlocked that He's about to pour into your life. Jeremiah 29:11 declares, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." That future is now, chosen one. Your struggles were not random. They were the chisel carving out the capacity for the divine abundance awaiting you. Let's talk about those struggles for a moment. You've felt the weight of financial lack, haven't you? The bills piling up, the dreams deferred because the resources never seemed to come. You've watched others step into opportunities while you stood on the sidelines, wondering why your prayers seemed to echo into silence. Maybe you've carried the pain of broken relationships, family members who turned away, friends who betrayed you, or a heart that's been bruised by love's absence. Perhaps you've wrestled with self-doubt, whispering to yourself, "I'm not enough. I'm too old, too broken, too far behind." But chosen one, hear this truth. You were never forgotten. You were being positioned. Every closed door was God's protection, redirecting you from lesser paths. Every rejection was His redirection, guiding you toward this moment. Like Joseph, sold into slavery and imprisoned for years, your pit was not your end. It was your preparation for the palace. Genesis 50:20 says, "You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good." Your pain has been purposeful, and tonight it's about to become your power. Imagine standing before a vast ocean, waves crashing against the shore, each one carrying a promise from heaven. That's what this moment feels like. A tidal wave of divine favor ready to sweep over your life. But here's the truth the enemy doesn't want you to know. The millions God is releasing aren't just about money. They're about influence that touches millions of lives, wisdom that shifts millions of perspectives, and a legacy that impacts millions across generations. This video unveils a unique angle. How your deepest fears are the keys to your greatest breakthroughs. The fear of failure, the fear of not being enough, the fear of stepping into the unknown. They've been the locks on your destiny. But tonight, God is handing you the key. Faith that moves mountains. Matthew 17:20 promises, if you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can say to this mountain, "Move from here to there," and it will move. Nothing will be impossible for you. Your faith, no matter how small, is enough to unlock the millions God has prepared. Let's pause for a moment. If your spirit is stirring, if you feel a spark of hope igniting, type, "I am ready to rise" in the comments below. Your declaration isn't just words, it's a spiritual contract, a signal to heaven that you're ready to step into your divine purpose. Share this moment with someone in your circle who needs to hear it, because your breakthrough will spark theirs. And if this message is resonating deep in your soul, consider supporting this ministry through super thanks below. Your generosity helps us reach more chosen ones, awakening them to their divine moment. Every seed you sow plants hope in someone else's heart. But whether you give or simply receive, your presence here is ordained. Now let's talk about fear, because it's the phantom guard standing between you and this radiant door. Fear whispers that you're not ready, that you've failed too many times, that this promise is too big for someone like you. But fear is a liar. It's not your protector, it's your prison. Think about Moses, standing before the burning bush, trembling as God called him to lead a nation. He said, "Who am I that I should go to Pharaoh?" Exodus 3:11. His fear made him forget he was raised in Pharaoh's palace, equipped with the knowledge and experience God would use. You too have forgotten your resume. You've been equipped by every trial, every tear, every moment you chose to keep going. Fear doesn't get to write your story, faith does. And faith says that the millions God has promised are already yours. You just need to step forward to claim them. Here's a practical step to break fear's grip. Write down one fear that's holding you back. Maybe it's the fear of starting that business, speaking to that estranged family member, or stepping into a new role. Write it on a piece of paper, then tear it up. As you do, declare, "This fear no longer controls me. I walk in faith." This simple act isn't just symbolic, it's a spiritual transaction, releasing you from fear's hold. Do it today, chosen one, because action is the antidote to fear. Psalm 56:3 says, "When I am afraid, I put my trust in you." Your trust in God is stronger than any fear the enemy throws at you. Now, picture this. A scroll unfurling in heaven, its edges glowing with divine light, your name written in letters that shimmer like stars. This scroll holds the blueprint of your destiny, penned before the foundation of the world. Ephesians 1:4 declares, "He chose us in him before the creation of the world, to be holy and blameless in his sight." You were chosen for this moment, not to cower in doubt, but to rise in authority. But here's where many stumble. They wait for perfect conditions, for every detail to align, for the fear to vanish. Chosen one, perfection is a myth. Faith is what moves God's hand. Think about Abraham, called at 75 to father nations. He didn't have a roadmap or a guarantee, just a promise and a willing heart. Your willingness is enough. God doesn't need your perfection, he needs your yes. Let's make this practical again. Take one actionable step toward your destiny today. If you've been dreaming of starting a project, a business, a ministry, a book, write down one goal for this week. Maybe it's registering a domain name, drafting an outline, or contacting a mentor. Don't overthink it, just act. James 2:17 reminds us, "Faith by itself, if it is not accompanied by action, is dead." Your action breathes life into your faith, turning dreams into reality. For example, consider Sarah, a single mother from Atlanta who felt called to start a community garden. For years she hesitated, fearing she lacked the funds or expertise. But one day she took a step. She called a local church to ask for a small plot of land. That call led to donations, volunteers, and a thriving garden that now feeds dozens of families. Her small step unlocked millions in impact. What's your small step today? Now, let's address a lie you might believe, that you're too broken for this promise. Maybe you've made mistakes, big ones. Maybe you've wandered far from God's path, but chosen one, Your brokenness is your qualification. The alabaster box had to be broken to anoint Jesus, Mark 14:3. Your cracks are where God's light shines through. Look at David, an adulterer and murderer, yet called a man after God's own heart, Acts 13:22. Your past doesn't disqualify you, it authenticates you. God specializes in using the broken to build his kingdom, so stop apologizing for your scars. They're your story, and your story is about to become a testimony that shifts nations. Here's another practical step. Call someone you need to forgive. Maybe it's a parent who hurt you, a friend who betrayed you, or even yourself for past mistakes. Forgiveness isn't just emotional, it's spiritual warfare. Matthew 6:14 says, "If you forgive other people when they sin against you, your heavenly Father will also forgive you." That call could break a chain that's been holding back your million. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Pick up the phone today. Your obedience will release a flood of divine favor. Imagine a battlefield, vast and shadowed, where you stand not as a victim but as a warrior. Behind this radiant door lies your divine assignment, not just to receive blessings, but to become a blessing. Luke 12:48 warns, "From everyone who has been given much, much will be demanded." Your millions come with a mandate to heal the broken, to lift the fallen, to light the way for those lost in darkness. This isn't about comfort, it's about calling. Think about Esther, risking her life to save her people. She didn't step into a palace of ease. She stepped into a war zone of purpose. Your millions are your arsenal, chosen one, to fight for those who can't fight for themselves. Now, let's talk about timing. You might think you've missed your moment, that you're too late, that others have already claimed what was meant for you. But God's timing is perfect. Ecclesiastes 3:1 says, "There is a time for everything, and a season for every activity under the heavens." This is your season, chosen one. The millions God is releasing aren't bound by human clocks. Look at Caleb, claiming his mountain at 85. Joshua 14:12. Age didn't stop him, and it won't stop you. Your delay wasn't denial, it was divine alignment. God was aligning every detail, every connection, every resource for this moment, but you must act. The door is open, but it won't wait forever. Here's a final practical step. Start that project you've delayed. Maybe it's a blog, a charity, or a business idea God planted in your heart. Take one concrete action today. Buy a notebook, sketch a plan, or research a first step. For example, Michael, a teacher from Chicago, felt called to tutor underprivileged kids. For years he waited for the right time. But one evening, he posted a free tutoring offer on social media. Within weeks, he had 20 students, local businesses donated supplies, and his program grew to impact hundreds. His small step unlocked millions in community transformation. What's your step? Don't let perfection paralyze you. Act now. As we approach the sacred threshold, feel the atmosphere shift. The air is electric with divine anticipation, like lightning before a storm. Your millions in purpose, favor, and impact are waiting on the other side of this door. But you must choose to step through. Revelation 3:8 declares, "I have placed before you an open door that no one can shut. No enemy, no doubt, no fear can close what God has opened, but you must walk through." Type, "I step through now," in the comments to declare your commitment. Share this video with someone who needs to step through their own door. And if this message has stirred your soul, consider supporting through super thanks to help us awaken more chosen ones. Your seed plants miracles, but your faith alone is enough. Let's pray, chosen one. Place your hand over your heart and feel heaven's rhythm. Heavenly Father, we stand before your radiant door, trembling with holy anticipation. In Jesus' name, I break every chain of fear, doubt, and delay holding back your chosen ones. I declare the door of destiny wide open. Doors of abundance, healing, and purpose swinging wide. Every tear collected, every prayer stored, every dream planted. Release them now as a flood of millions in favor, influence, and legacy. Grant courage like Esther, faith like Abraham, boldness like David. Let your chosen ones step through, not as victims but as victors, not as spectators but as warriors. Silence every lie of the enemy and amplify your truth. In the mighty name of Jesus, we declare it done. Amen. Chosen one, the door is open. Your destiny awaits. Type "the door is open" in the comments to seal your crossing. Share this video now. Someone in your circle is waiting for this message. Subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay connected to your divine purpose. Thank you for your open heart, your willing spirit, and your courage to believe. Your greatest chapter begins now. Step through, chosen one. Your millions are waiting. Chosen one, you've just stepped through the radiant door, and the ground beneath you hums with divine energy. This isn't just a moment, it's a movement. A seismic shift in the spiritual realm that's rewriting your future. The millions God promised, millions in purpose, impact, and supernatural provision, are no longer a distant dream. They're pulsing through the air, ready to manifest in ways that will leave you breathless. Picture a river, swift and shimmering, overflowing with blessings tailored to your unique calling. That river is flowing toward you now, but you must keep moving forward, hands open, heart ablaze, ready to receive. This is your divine moment, and every step you take is claiming territory for God's kingdom. Type "I am walking in my millions" in the comments below to anchor this truth in the spirit. The enemy is trembling, chosen one, because your forward motion is unstoppable. Let's talk about the fire in your spirit. The one that's been flickering, sometimes dimmed by life's battles but never extinguished. That fire isn't just passion, it's the Holy Spirit's signature, marking you as a carrier of divine authority. You're not here to blend into the crowd or settle for a life of quiet survival. You were born to blaze trails, to ignite hope in places where darkness has reigned too long. Think about Elijah standing alone on Mount Carmel, calling down fire from heaven. 1 Kings 18:38. The odds were stacked against him. 450 prophets of Baal, a nation wavering in faith. But his boldness shifted the atmosphere. Your boldness is about to do the same. The millions God is releasing include the power to shift atmospheres, boardrooms, family gatherings, entire communities, because your voice carries heaven's weight. Don't shrink back. Your fire is your weapon, and it's time to wield it. Here's a practical step to fan that fire. Speak a declaration of purpose today. Stand in front of a mirror, look into your own eyes and say, "I am chosen to change lives. My voice matters. My purpose is unstoppable." Speak it with conviction even if your voice shakes. Proverbs 18:21 says, "The tongue has the power of life and death." Your words aren't just sounds. They're spiritual seeds planting your breakthrough. For example, consider Rachel, a nurse from Seattle who felt called to advocate for mental health. She was shy, terrified of public speaking. But one day she declared her purpose aloud. That declaration led her to start a small support group, which grew into a city-wide initiative, touching thousands. Her words sparked millions in healing. What will your declaration spark today? Speak it now, chosen one, and watch heaven respond. Feel the urgency in the air? It's not fear, it's the rhythm of divine timing. The millions God is pouring out are tied to this season, this hour, this very breath. You might think, I'll act tomorrow, when I'm stronger, when I'm sure. But tomorrow isn't promised. Hebrews 3:15 warns, "Today, if you hear his voice, do not harden your hearts. Today is your divine appointment, and hesitation is the enemy's trap." Imagine a vast orchard, heavy with fruit, each one representing an opportunity God has prepared. New relationships, bold ventures, restored dreams. Those fruits are ripe now. But if you wait, they'll wither. Don't let your millions slip away. Step forward, pluck the fruit, and taste the sweetness of God's promises fulfilled. Now let's talk about the vision God has planted in your heart. Maybe it's a dream so big it scares you. A school for underprivileged kids, a song that could heal hearts, a business that could fund kingdom work. You've held it close, afraid to let it breathe because the world told you it's impossible. But chosen one, impossibility is God's specialty. Look at Nehemiah, tasked with rebuilding Jerusalem's walls. Nehemiah 2:17. No resources, no army, just a vision and a heart surrendered to God. He faced mockery, threats, and sabotage, but his vision became a fortress. Your vision is your fortress too. It's not a fantasy, it's a divine blueprint, and the millions God is releasing include the resources to build it. Don't let doubt bury your vision. It's time to unearth it and start construction. Here's another practical step. Sketch your vision today. Grab a notebook and write one sentence describing what your dream looks like in action. Maybe it's, "I see families reunited through my counseling ministry," or "I see my music lifting spirits in hospitals." Then, list one small action to move toward it, like researching a grant or emailing a collaborator. This isn't about perfection. It's about partnership with God. Nehemiah 2:20 says, "The God of heaven will give us success." Your small step invites his supernatural support, turning your vision into reality. For instance, James, a mechanic from Dallas, dreamed of mentoring at-risk teens. He started by writing down his idea and offering free car repair classes at his garage. One class led to a non-profit, now serving thousands. His sketch became millions in transformed lives. What's your sketch, chosen one? Start today. The enemy wants you to believe your vision is too big, your resources too small, your past too messy. But God says otherwise. Isaiah 55:8-9 declares, "My thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways. As the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways." God's ways see your vision already complete, your millions already flowing, your legacy already established. You're not working toward victory, you're working from it. Picture yourself standing on a mountaintop, the wind carrying your praises to heaven as you survey the territory God has given you. That territory isn't just land, it's influence, relationships, and purpose. Every step you take claims more ground, and the enemy can't stop what God has started. Now, let's talk about the community God is calling you to build. You're not meant to walk this journey alone. The millions he's releasing include peoples, mentors, partners, supporters who will walk beside you. Think about Jesus choosing 12 disciples to carry his message, Mark 3:14. They weren't perfect, doubters, betrayers, ordinary men, but together they changed the world. Your community is your strength, chosen one. You're a connector, a bridge builder, destined to gather others into God's plan. The enemy wants you isolated, but God wants you surrounded. Your millions will flow through relationships, through hands joined in purpose, through hearts united in faith. Here's a practical step to build community. Reach out to one person today who shares your passion. Maybe it's a colleague with a similar dream, a church member with a heart for service, or even a stranger you met online. Send a message, start a conversation, invite them to coffee. Ecclesiastes 4:9 says, "Two are better than one because they have a good return for their labor." Your outreach isn't random, it's divine strategy. For example, Maria, a baker from Miami, dreamed of feeding the homeless. She reached out to a local chef, and their partnership grew into a food truck ministry, serving thousands. Her message sparked millions in compassion. Who's your person, chosen one? Reach out today and watch God multiply your efforts. The air is thick with possibility, like the moment before a sunrise when the sky holds its breath. You're standing in that moment now, chosen one, with millions of blessings poised to break through. But you must keep moving. The enemy will try to distract you with busyness, numb you with routine, or paralyze you with comparison. Don't fall for it. Galatians 6:9 urges, "Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up." Your harvest is coming. A harvest of influence, provision, and purpose that will stun those who doubted you. Keep your eyes on the prize, your feet on the path, and your heart surrendered to God. You're not just running a race, you're blazing a trail for others to follow. Chosen one, you're not just walking through a door, you're storming the gates of destiny with a fire in your soul that hell itself cannot quench. The millions God has promised, millions in divine connections, supernatural opportunities, and world-changing impact are surging toward you like a mighty wind, ready to propel you into realms you've only glimpsed in dreams. Picture yourself standing on a cliff's edge, the horizon stretching endlessly before you, painted with colors of hope and purpose. That horizon is yours to claim, not as a spectator, but as a conqueror, anointed to reshape the world with every step you take. Type, "I am conquering my destiny" in the comments below to stake your claim in the spiritual realm. This is your hour, chosen one, and the heavens are roaring with anticipation. Let's talk about the courage pulsing through your veins, a courage that's been tested in the crucible of life's hardest moments. You've faced battles that would have crushed others, moments when giving up seemed easier than pressing on. Yet here you are, still standing, still believing, still daring to dream. That's not just resilience, that's divine audacity. A boldness planted by God to defy the impossible. Think about Deborah, a prophetess and judge who led Israel into battle against a formidable enemy, Judges 4:14. She didn't wait for permission or perfect conditions. She rose with courage and called others to follow. Your courage is a clarion call, chosen one, summoning others to rise with you. The millions God is releasing include the boldness to lead, to inspire, to break barriers that have held back generations. Don't hold back. Your courage is a catalyst, and it's time to unleash it. Here's a practical step to activate that courage. Take one bold action today that stretches your comfort zone. Maybe it's applying for a position you feel unqualified for, speaking up in a meeting where you've stayed silent, or sharing your testimony with someone who needs hope. Joshua 1:9 commands, "Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. For the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." Your bold action isn't reckless. It's obedience, inviting God's presence to amplify your efforts. For example, consider Daniel, a young father from Phoenix, who felt called to coach youth sports in his struggling neighborhood. Nervous but determined, he posted a flyer at a community center. That single act drew dozens of kids, local sponsors, and a program that's now transforming lives. His bold step unlocked millions in community hope. What's your bold action, chosen one? Take it today and watch God move. Feel the ground trembling beneath you? That's not uncertainty. It's the rumble of divine momentum, carrying you toward a future brighter than you've dared to imagine. You might think, "I need more time to prepare." more skills to succeed. But chosen one, God doesn't wait for your readiness. He equips you in the act of stepping out. Look at the disciples, ordinary fishermen called to change the world. Matthew 4:19. They didn't have degrees or influence, just a willingness to follow Jesus. Your willingness is your qualification, and the millions God is pouring out include the wisdom, strength, and favor to accomplish what He's called you to do. Don't wait for the perfect moment. This is your moment, and every second you embrace it, you're rewriting history. If your spirit is soaring, type "I am equipped by God" in the comments below. Your declaration is a beacon, lighting the way for others to step into their calling. And if this message is fueling your fire, consider supporting through super thanks below. Your seed is a spark, igniting hope in hearts across the globe. Share this video with someone who needs to know they're equipped. Your share could be the push they need to act. Keep charging forward, chosen one, because your momentum is shifting the spiritual atmosphere, making way for miracles. Now, let's talk about the legacy you're destined to leave. You're not here to live a fleeting life, forgotten in the sands of time. You're here to carve a path that generations will walk, to plant seeds that will bloom long after you're gone. The millions God is releasing aren't just for you. They're for the lives you'll touch, the futures you'll shape, the souls you'll draw to Him. Think about Ruth, a widowed foreigner who chose loyalty over security. Ruth 1:16. Her decision to stay with Naomi led to a legacy in the lineage of Jesus Himself. Your choices today are weaving a tapestry of eternal impact, chosen one. The projects you start, the kindness you show, the faith you model, they're threads in a masterpiece that will outlive you. Don't underestimate your influence. Your legacy is your superpower. Here's a practical step to build your legacy. Create one intentional act of impact today. Maybe it's mentoring a young person, donating to a cause you believe in, or writing a letter of encouragement to someone struggling. Colossians 3:23 says, "Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord." Your act isn't small, it's a seed of eternity, growing into millions of blessings. For instance, Lisa, a teacher from Charlotte, started reading bedtime stories online for kids in her community during a lockdown. Her simple act grew into a global channel, comforting thousands. Her legacy sparked millions in joy. What's your act of impact, chosen one? Do it today and let it ripple through time. The heavens are aligning, chosen one, like stars forming a constellation that spells out your purpose. You're not just living, you're fulfilling a divine mandate, a mission written in the heart of God before the world began. The enemy will try to dim your light with distractions, whispering that you're too busy, too tired, too insignificant. But you're none of those things. You're a light bearer, a hope carrier, a destiny shaper. John 1:5 declares, "The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it." Your light is unstoppable, and the millions God is releasing include the power to shine in places where despair has ruled. Don't hide your light. Let it blaze, illuminating paths for others to follow. Now let's talk about the authority you carry. You're not a bystander in God's plan. You're a commander, anointed to speak life into dead places, to call forth what's not yet seen. The millions God is releasing include spiritual authority to shift circumstances, to break strongholds, to declare victories. Think about Ezekiel, standing in a valley of dry bones, Ezekiel 37:4. God told him to prophesy, and those bones lived. Your words have that same power, chosen one. The dreams you've buried, the hopes you've abandoned, they're waiting for your voice to call them forth. Don't let silence steal your authority. Speak, and watch God breathe life into your impossibilities. Here's a practical step to wield your authority. Prophesy over one area of your life today. Choose something you've been believing for, finances, health, relationships, and speak God's promises over it. For example, say, "My finances are blessed and abundance flows to me according to God's riches." Philippians 4:19. Speak it aloud with conviction, as if it's already done. Your words aren't wishes, they're decrees backed by heaven's power. For example, Thomas, a farmer from Iowa, faced drought and debt. He began declaring daily, "My land is fruitful and God provides." That declaration led to unexpected partnerships and a bumper crop, impacting thousands. His authority sparked millions in provision. What's your decree, chosen one? Speak it today and watch miracles unfold. The air crackles with divine energy, like a storm about to break, and you're at the center of it, chosen one. You're not just surviving, you're thriving, rising, conquering. The millions God is pouring out are yours to steward, not to hoard, but to multiply for His kingdom. You're a vessel of overflow, a conduit of grace, a warrior of faith. Don't let the world's noise drown out your calling. Romans 8:31 proclaims, "If God is for us, who can be against us? No force, no fear, no failure can stand against you." Keep running, keep speaking, keep shining. Your millions are waiting, and the world is watching. Chosen one. You're not just standing on the edge of breakthrough. You're charging into a divine revolution, a cosmic uprising where your every move shakes the foundations of impossibility. The millions God has promised, millions in divine wisdom, global influence, and unshakable peace, are cascading toward you like a meteor shower, each one blazing with your name. Visualize a vast arena. It stands filled with angels, their cheers echoing as you step into the center, armed with faith and crowned with purpose. This is your time to dominate, to seize the divine opportunities unfolding before you, and to rewrite the story of what's possible. Type "I am rewriting my story" in the comments below to ignite this revolution in the spiritual realm. The heavens are aligned, chosen one, and your victory is rewriting eternity. Let's talk about the strength surging within you. A strength forged not in ease, but in the crucible of adversity. You've carried burdens that would have shattered others, grief that lingered, doubts that clawed, dreams that seemed to slip through your fingers. Yet you're still here, not just surviving but thriving, a testament to God's power working through you. That strength is your divine currency, a force that can purchase miracles, move mountains, and open doors no human hand can touch. Consider Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, facing a fiery furnace with unwavering resolve. Daniel 3:17-18. Their strength wasn't in their muscles, but in their trust in God's deliverance. Your strength, chosen one, is your trust in God's promises, and the millions He's releasing include the power to stand firm in any storm. Don't waver. Your strength is your crown, and it's time to wear it boldly. Here's a practical step to harness that strength. Commit to one act of endurance today. Maybe it's waking up 30 minutes earlier to pray, finishing a task you've procrastinated on, or walking an extra mile despite fatigue. Isaiah 40:31 declares, "Those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles." Your act of endurance isn't just discipline, it's worship. Aligning your body with your divine purpose. For example, Emily, a single mother from Denver, felt overwhelmed by her job and parenting. She committed to praying for 10 minutes daily, no matter how tired. That small act strengthened her spirit, leading to a promotion and a community of supporters, impacting thousands. Her endurance unlocked millions in stability. What's your act of endurance, chosen one? Commit today and feel God's strength surge through you. Can you sense the divine rhythm pulsing around you? It's like a symphony swelling to its crescendo, every note crafted for this moment. You might think, I need more clarity, more answers before I move. But chosen one, clarity comes in the pursuit, not the pause. God's plan unfolds as you walk, not as you wait. Look at Philip, directed by an angel to a desert road with no explanation, Acts 8:26. He obeyed, and his encounter with the Ethiopian eunuch sparked a revival. Your obedience is your compass, guiding you to divine appointments that will multiply your millions. The resources, connections, and insights you need are waiting in the steps you take. Don't stand still. This symphony is yours to conduct, and every move you make composes a masterpiece. If your heart is racing with divine purpose, type "I am moving forward" in the comments below. Your declaration is a melody harmonizing with heaven's song. And if this message is stirring your soul, consider supporting through super thanks below. Your seed is a note in this symphony, amplifying God's truth to others. Share this video with someone who needs to move forward. Your share could be their cue to act. Keep advancing, chosen one, because your motion is orchestrating miracles. Now, let's talk about the joy God is restoring to your life. The enemy has tried to steal your laughter, to cloak your days in heaviness, to convince you that joy is for others but not for you. But chosen one, joy is your birthright, a divine gift that fuels your journey. The millions God is releasing include a joy so deep it defies circumstances, so radiant it draws others to His light. Think of Paul and Silas singing praises in a prison cell at midnight, Acts chapter 16, verse 25. Their joy wasn't tied to their chains. It was anchored in God's presence, and it shook the prison doors open. Your joy is a weapon, breaking chains and opening paths to your destiny. Don't let sorrow define you. Your joy is rising, and it's time to embrace it. Here's a practical step to reclaim your joy. Do one thing today that sparks delight. Maybe it's listening to music that lifts your spirit, visiting a place that calms your soul, or laughing with a friend. Nehemiah 8:10 says, "The joy of the Lord is your strength." Your act of joy isn't frivolous, it's warfare, dismantling the enemy's lies. For instance, Mark, a veteran from San Diego, struggled with depression after service. He started hiking weekly, finding joy in nature. Those hikes led to a support group for veterans, touching hundreds. His joy sparked millions in healing. What's your spark of joy, chosen one? Ignite it today and let it light your path. The spiritual realm is buzzing with anticipation, like a city awakening at dawn, every light flickering to life. You're not just part of this awakening, you're leading it, chosen one, a pioneer of God's kingdom. The enemy will try to slow you with skepticism, whispering that your efforts are futile, that your dreams are too grander. But God's dreams for you are grander still. Ephesians 3:20 promises, "Now to Him who is able to do immeasurably more than all we ask or imagine." The millions God is releasing are beyond your imagination. Opportunities that stun, favor that overwhelms, impact that endures. Don't settle for small. Your dreams are the blueprint, and God is the architect. Now, let's talk about the peace God is anchoring in your heart. Life storms have tried to unsettle you. Worries about the future, regrets about the past, pressures of the present. But chosen one, you're called to a peace that surpasses understanding, a divine calm that holds you steady in any chaos. The millions God is releasing include a peace so profound it silences fear, so powerful it guides your decisions. Think of Jesus, sleeping in a boat during a raging storm. Mark 4:39. His peace wasn't denial, it was dominion, and with a word, He calmed the waves. Your peace is your dominion, chosen one. enabling you to command calm in your life and others. Don't chase fleeting calm. Your peace is here, and it's time to claim it. Here's a practical step to anchor your peace. Practice 1 moment of stillness today. Find 5 minutes to sit quietly, breathe deeply, and meditate on Philippians 4:7. The peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds. This isn't just relaxation, it's alignment, rooting you in God's presence. For example, Sarah, a social worker from Boston, felt burned out by her demanding job. She started taking brief prayer breaks, finding peace in God's promises. Those moments led to renewed energy and a program that supported her colleagues, impacting thousands. Her peace sparked millions in renewal. What's your moment of stillness, chosen one? Take it today and let peace guide you. The heavens are ablaze with glory, chosen one, like a sunrise painting the sky with promise. You're not just witnessing this glory, you're carrying it, a vessel of God's radiance destined to illuminate the world. The enemy will try to dim your shine with comparison, urging you to measure your worth against others. But your worth is immeasurable, sealed by God's love. Romans 8:37 declares, "In all these things we are more than conquerors through Him who loved us." The millions God is releasing are yours to multiply through love, service, and unwavering faith. Keep shining, keep loving, keep conquering. Your glory is changing everything. Chosen one, you're not just moving through a moment, you're igniting a divine inferno, a blaze of purpose that's scorching the barriers between you and the millions God has destined for you. These millions in divine breakthroughs, transformative ideas, and eternal significance are rushing toward you like a celestial tide, ready to sweep you into a future that radiates with God's glory. Picture yourself atop a towering peak, the wind howling with promise as you raise a banner of faith that can be seen across nations. This is your time to soar, to unleash the divine potential within you, and to claim victories that will echo through the ages. Type "I am soaring to victory" in the comments below to proclaim your ascent in the spiritual realm. Heaven is cheering, chosen one, and your rise is unstoppable. Let's talk about the vision burning in your heart, a divine spark that refuses to be dimmed. You've sensed it, a calling to create, to heal, to lead, something so vast it feels like it could swallow you whole. That vision isn't a burden, it's a divine commission, a mandate from the Creator to reshape the world in His image. The millions God is releasing include the clarity to see your vision through, the resources to build it, and the courage to pursue it relentlessly. Think of Noah, tasked with building an ark in a world that mocked him. Genesis 6:14. He didn't have blueprints or a team, just a divine vision and a heart of obedience. Your vision, chosen one, is your ark, a vessel to carry hope through the floods of doubt. Don't let the world's laughter silence you. Your vision is your victory, and it's time to build. Here's a practical step to bring your vision to life. Map out 1 milestone today. Identify a specific goal for your calling. Maybe it's launching a podcast episode, designing a logo for your ministry, or enrolling in a course to sharpen your skills. Write it down, then break it into one actionable step you can take this week, like recording a test episode or researching design tools. Habakkuk 2:2 urges, "Write down the revelation and make it plain on tablets, so that a herald may run with it." Your milestone isn't just a plan, it's a prophecy, setting divine wheels in motion. For example, Chloe, a graphic designer from Austin, felt called to create art for social justice. She mapped out a goal to exhibit her work. Starting with contacting a local gallery, that step led to a sold-out show, inspiring thousands. Her milestone sparked millions in awareness. What's your milestone, chosen one? Map it today and watch your vision take flight. Feel the pulse of divine urgency. It's like a drumbeat, steady and fierce, driving you toward a destiny that's bigger than your wildest dreams. You might think, I need more time to get it right, more experience to succeed. But, chosen one, perfection is the enemy of progress, and God doesn't call the flawless, He calls the faithful. Look at Mary, a young woman chosen to carry the Savior. Luke 1:30-31. She didn't have a resume or a plan, just a heart that said, I am the Lord's servant. Your faithfulness is your fuel, and the millions God is pouring out include the divine timing to make your efforts flourish. Don't wait for the stars to align. This is your constellation, and every step you take lights up the sky. If your spirit is ablaze, type I am faithful to my calling in the comments below. Your declaration is a torch, guiding others to their purpose. And if this message is setting your soul on fire, consider supporting through super thanks below. Your seed is a flame, spreading God's truth to hearts in need. Share this video with someone who needs to stay faithful. Your share could be their turning point. Keep running, chosen one, because your faithfulness is forging a path for miracles. Now let's talk about the love you're destined to pour out. You're not just here to receive God's blessings. You're here to be a conduit of His love, a river that refreshes every soul you touch. The millions God is releasing include a love so powerful it heals wounds, bridges divides, and restores what's been lost. Think of the Samaritan woman at the well, transformed by Jesus' compassion. John 4:14. Her encounter didn't just change her, it sparked a revival in her town. Your love, chosen one, is a revival, a force that can mend broken families, inspire weary communities, and soften hardened hearts. Don't hold back your love. It's your legacy, and it's time to let it flow. Here's a practical step to spread your love. Perform one selfless act today. Maybe it's paying for a stranger's coffee, helping a neighbor with a task, or sending a kind message to someone who's struggling. 1 John 4:12 says, No one has ever seen God, but if we love one another, God lives in us and His love is made complete in us. Your act isn't small, it's divine, reflecting God's heart to the world. For instance, David, a barista from Portland, started writing encouraging notes on customers' cups. Those notes led to conversations, friendships, and a movement of kindness, touching thousands. His love sparked millions in connection. What's your act of love, chosen one? Do it today, and let it ripple outward. The spiritual realm is electric, like a lightning storm illuminating the night. You're not just part of this storm, you're its epicenter. Chosen one, a conductor of God's power. The enemy will try to drown your influence with chaos, whispering that your efforts are unnoticed, that your love doesn't matter, but every act of love you sow is a seed in eternity, growing into harvests you can't yet see. Psalm 126:5 promises, Those who sow with tears will reap with songs of joy. The millions God is releasing are your harvest. Joy that overflows, influence that endures, love that transforms. Don't let chaos steal your focus. Your love is a lightning bolt, and it's time to strike. Now let's talk about the wisdom God is downloading into your spirit. You're not just navigating life. You're receiving divine strategies, insights that cut through confusion and light the way forward. The millions God is releasing include a wisdom so profound it solves problems, so practical it builds empires, so divine it silences skeptics. Think of Solomon, gifted with wisdom that drew kings from distant lands. 1 Kings 4:34. His wisdom wasn't just knowledge, It was God's mind at work, solving impossible dilemmas. Your wisdom, chosen one, is your divine advantage, equipping you to lead, innovate, and overcome. Don't doubt your insights. Your wisdom is your wealth, and it's time to invest it. Here's a practical step to activate your wisdom. Solve one problem today. Identify a challenge in your life, maybe a strange relationship, a work issue, or a personal goal, and ask God for a specific strategy. Write down one idea that comes to mind, then act on it, like scheduling a conversation or researching a solution. James 1:5 says, "If any of you lacks wisdom, you should ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault." Your solution isn't random, it's divine, unlocking new paths to your millions. For example, Aisha, a small business owner from Detroit, faced declining sales. She prayed for wisdom and got the idea to host a community event. That event tripled her customer base, impacting thousands. Her wisdom sparked millions in growth. What's your solution, chosen one? Seek it today, and let wisdom lead you. The heavens are vibrating with divine frequency, like a chorus of stars singing your name. You're not just hearing this chorus, you're joining it. Chosen one, a voice of victory in God's eternal song. The enemy will try to mute your influence with isolation, whispering that you're alone, that your efforts are futile. But you're never alone. Hebrews 12:1 reminds us we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses. The millions God is releasing are yours to amplify through wisdom, love, and unshakable faith. Keep singing, keep solving, keep soaring. Your voice is changing everything. Chosen one, you're not just stepping into a season. You're launching a divine uprising, a sacred rebellion against every force that's tried to chain your destiny. The millions God has promised, millions in divine provision, revolutionary ideas, and soul-stirring impact are thundering toward you like a celestial avalanche, poised to bury every doubt and elevate you to heights of purpose. Envision yourself standing in a coliseum of stars, your heart a blazing torch, its flames spelling out a victory that reverberates through the cosmos. This is your divine mandate, to disrupt, to create, to triumph, forging a legacy that will burn brightly for centuries. Type, "I'm igniting my uprising," in the comments below to unleash your battle cry in the spiritual realm. The heavens are rallying, chosen one, and your rebellion is rewriting the stars. Let's talk about the resilience etched into your spirit, a divine endurance that defies the storms of life. You've faced moments when the world seemed to collapse, betrayals that stung like fire, losses that left you breathless, dreams that seemed impossible to revive. Yet you're still here, not just enduring, but ascending, a living proof of God's unyielding power. That resilience is your divine anchor, grounding you when chaos swirls, empowering you to rebuild what was shattered into something glorious. Consider Daniel, who faced exile, threats, and a lion's den, yet his unwavering resolve turned a king's heart to God. Daniel 6:22. Your resilience, chosen one, is your fortress, inspiring others to stand tall in their trials. The millions God is releasing include the strength to rise from ashes, transforming pain into purpose. Don't retreat. Your fortress is unbreachable, and it's time to fortify it. Here's a practical step to amplify your resilience. Establish one daily anchor today. Choose a simple practice to ground your spirit, perhaps reading a single Bible verse, journaling a gratitude moment, or taking a 5-minute prayer walk. Commit to it daily for a week to build your spiritual stamina. Psalm 18:2 proclaims, "The Lord is my rock, my fortress and my deliverer." Your anchor is a lifeline, tethering you to God's strength, fueling your endurance for the journey. For example, Miguel, a teacher from Houston, felt drained by classroom challenges. He started reading Psalm 23 each morning, anchoring his day in peace. That practice led to renewed passion, a mentorship program, and thousands inspired. His resilience sparked millions in educational hope. What's your anchor, chosen one? Set it today and let it steady your soul. Can you feel the divine current surging through you? It's like a river carving canyons, unstoppable and fierce, shaping your path with every rush. You might think, I need more certainty, more proof before I leap. But, chosen one, certainty is the shadow of faith, and God calls you to leap into the unknown, trusting His hand to catch you. Look at Rahab, a woman of no status who risked everything to hide Israel's spies. Joshua 2:11. Her faith in a God she barely knew saved her family and earned her a place in Jesus' lineage. Your faith is your bridge, spanning the gap between your now and your next. The millions God is releasing include divine encounters that will redefine your future. Don't hesitate. This river is yours to ride, and every leap propels you toward glory. Now, let's talk about the compassion flowing from your heart, a divine stream that quenches the thirst of a weary world. You're not just here to chase blessings, you're here to be a blessing, to pour out kindness in places parched by neglect. The millions God is releasing include a compassion so radiant it melts barriers, so genuine it restores trust, so bold it changes lives. Think of the Good Samaritan, stopping for a stranger when others passed by. Luke 10:33-34. His compassion wasn't convenient, it was costly, yet it became a timeless testimony. Your compassion, chosen one, is your ministry, a force that can heal communities, uplift the forgotten, and reflect God's heart. Don't withhold your kindness, it's your mission, and it's time to share it. Here's a practical step to unleash your compassion. Offer one act of kindness today. Maybe it's volunteering an hour at a shelter, writing an encouraging note to a co-worker, or listening to someone who feels unheard. Galatians 6:10 urges, as we have opportunity, let us do good to all people. Your act isn't minor, it's monumental, planting seeds of love that grow into millions of transformations. For instance, Priya, a librarian from Chicago, noticed a lonely patron. She started chatting with him daily, offering kindness. Those talks led to a book club for seniors, touching hundreds. Her compassion sparked millions in connection. What's your act of kindness, chosen one? Offer it today and let it flood the world. The spiritual realm is alive with divine energy, like a forest after rain, every leaf glistening with promise. You're not just in this forest, you're its caretaker, chosen one, tasked with nurturing growth and spreading life. The enemy will try to choke your influence with cynicism, whispering that your kindness is wasted, that your efforts are unseen. But every seed of compassion you plant is seen by God, destined to yield a harvest beyond measure. Joel 2:25 promises, I will repay you for the years the locusts have eaten. The millions God is releasing are your repayment, restoration that stuns, influence that spreads, compassion that endures. Don't let cynicism steal your harvest. Your kindness is a forest, and it's time to cultivate it. Now let's talk about the boldness God is igniting in your soul. You're not here to whisper your faith. You're here to proclaim it, to stand unapologetically for God's truth in a world that's forgotten His voice. The millions God is releasing include a boldness so fierce it silences critics, so authentic it draws seekers, so divine it shifts cultures. Think of John the Baptist, crying out in the wilderness, preparing the way for Jesus. Matthew 3:3. He didn't soften his message to please crowds. He spoke with fire, and nations turned. Your boldness, chosen one, is your trumpet, heralding God's kingdom in every sphere you touch. Don't mute your voice. It's your mantle, and it's time to wear it. Here's a practical step to activate your boldness. Share one truth today. Maybe it's posting a Bible verse on social media, speaking God's hope in a conversation, or defending someone unjustly treated. 2 Timothy 1:7 declares, "For the Spirit God gave us does not make us timid, but gives us power, love, and self-discipline." Your truth isn't timid, it's transformative, sparking divine change. For example, Jamal, a student from Atlanta, felt led to share his faith at school. He started a prayer group, facing ridicule but persisting. That group grew, inspiring hundreds. His boldness sparked millions in revival. What's your truth, chosen one? Share it today and let it resound. The heavens are ablaze with divine purpose. Like a comet streaking across the night, its tail a trail of glory. You're not just watching this comet, you're riding it, chosen one, a herald of God's unstoppable plan. The enemy will try to dim your boldness with fear, whispering that you'll be rejected, that your voice doesn't matter. But your voice is a divine echo, resonating with heaven's authority. Revelation 12:11 says, "They triumphed over him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony." The millions God is releasing are yours to proclaim, through boldness, compassion, and relentless faith. Keep shouting, keep shining, keep rising. Your voice is shaking the heavens. If your soul is thundering, type, "My voice is heard," in the comments below. Your declaration is a roar, awakening others to speak. And if this message is fueling your fire, consider supporting through Super Thanks to help us amplify this truth. Your seed is a shout, echoing God's promise to the lost. Share this video with someone who needs to speak. Your share could be their courage. Chosen one, you're a divine herald. Keep proclaiming, because your millions are resounding through eternity.